What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It is episode number 50, returning today on the back of that dramatic late comeback win against Roma. 5 wins in our last 6 in all competitions. Great to turn it around after a tough start, and heading into today's episode. 6 games in, we'll have more games in the Premier League, aiming to keep pace with the front runners and so far unbeaten side Aston Villa, and we'll have match day 3 of the Champions League phase away in the Czech Republic against Slavia Prague. So loads of games to get through in episode number 50, and unfortunately guys, I will be honest, it's not a special long episode today. Unfortunately, things just aren't the same as they were, as Harry Styles says, and I just don't have the time to make one of my special thank yous today, but hopefully you enjoy it regardless, and I'll do my best with the gameplay and the audio as well. So let's start off with 3 points as well, taking on Luton. Going to Switch Town. Yep, after 13 amazing years on YouTube, I have to be honest, I'm starting to sense that we may be entering the end game. It does feel like it, I'll be honest here, unfortunately. It is what it is. Father Time is undefeated, as we know, and that shot is well saved by Bulka from 20 yards. But no matter what happens, I can't predict the future. We don't know what's going to happen next week, let alone next year, you know, let's be honest. No matter what happens, I'm making sure this save definitely has a great conclusion. You know, we're midway through Season 6. I'm not just going to leave it hanging like 2/3 of the way through this save, you know. No matter what happens, we are going to have a great rest of the save and a great conclusion to it as well. Hopefully with some bloody silverware, as Adley is denied, alongside so far the only thing we've won the Europa League. But yeah, no matter what happens guys, 13 amazing years on YouTube, 13 and a half really. And we're going to have a great end. No matter when it comes to an end, it's going to be a great end, I'm sure. There's Zaire MRI, who's been really good in the recent weeks here. Spots Washington. And there's Jamie, who steps inside. And he's got Moses out wide. He'll find him. Hassan's effort went with the left foot, not the right for some reason. In the end, quite a comfortable save. End-to-end at Kenilworth Road as we continue to search for that opening goal, and it still remains deadlocked. 2 good stops on Moses as we still try and draw first blow, which I think we will here. And Afio, oh, off the bar. Oh, I did think that would be an injury for Afio there, going up for that header and going down. It might just be a bruise though, fingers crossed. He stayed down and got back up quickly. I don't think that'll be anything more serious than, well, it certainly won't be an ACL, but as Davis finds Hassan, he's getting a lot of joy down his left-hand side. And he'll roll it in, and there is not the opener. Washington blazes it wide, still 0-0 somehow. They were looking for a chance right before the end of the first half to strike first. And they might get it, and they are going to get it. There's Chong who scores. Well, we were on top. We had a great spell of pressure, but what's that saying? If you don't take your chances, you will get punished. The ex-Red Devil gives Luton the lead right before the break. You know, if we were going to play until I won a domestic honour, I have to be honest, I don't know if this save would ever finish. Honestly, as Moses has been brilliant all half long, and he deserves that. Instant response from the Wonder Kid. I think it's his first goal of the season, and he deserves that. He's been great all throughout the first, and finally, he gets us the leveller. Right from kickoff, equalising and cancelling out Luton's opener. You know, I often say this, but if something's working, just keep doing it. Like, do you know what I mean? Hassan's been great all game long. He's just found Adley. He should have rolled through Washington. That would have been Ipswich in front. 22 minutes. If we don't win this game, I'll be fuming. It's been all Ipswich for the most part. Oh, let's not drop 2 points here, seriously. Moses to Adley. Oh, he's been brilliant all game long, and Georgie denied. Man, I swear, at the moment, the keepers I'm facing this season are absolutely sensational. He's made some big stops, and I think he's going to stop us from claiming all 3 points. This is a 2 points dropped and then some, but not for the want of trying. I've had loads of chances. Oh, but the keeper is just on absolute flames. Well, that is such a frustrating way to start the episode, man. I literally did everything right in that game. Was on top for basically the entire game and just could not find that second goal. That's one of those games where you just got to say, do you know what? It's one of those things. You've done your absolute best. You've done all the right things. You've just come up against a goalkeeper who refused to get beaten at least more than once. That's just life, man. Sometimes you can do all the right things, yet still not come out with a dub. You just got to take it. And thankfully, the Gonzalo injury was just a bruise. He'll be fit for the next game on the back of an international break and on the back of that draw and just 2 wins in 4 in all competitions now. What a big one to return to. Heading back to East Anglia for this one, taking on last year's champions Arsenal, who like us have got off to a mixed start to this season, with us in 6th and them in 8th. Right now, both playing catch-up to the impressive front runners Aston Villa, unbeaten in 8 and 6 wins on the board already. If we're both going to get in a title race like we were last season, we both need to win this one. A draw doesn't even seem a favour, but neither side can afford to lose even so early on into the campaign. The Gunners in a massive early season clash here as we welcome the champions and the top 2 of last year go head to head. Come on, Ipswich Town. I think just like last season's title race, I could see it being, competed between a lot of different teams, and then towards the end, most of which fall off. I've got a feeling it's going to be the exact same way, and hopefully we're in the race again. And if we're going to be in the race, we've got to get on a good run of form. That draw to Luton, disappointing, but as we always say, it's okay to have a slip up here and there. The most important... Oh, that's a red. The most important thing is does it snowball into a run of bad results. That's a straight red. You cannot go in from behind like that, leaving the ground. That is a definite red. Arsenal down to 10, no doubt. And if we don't win this game, this will be a big missed opportunity now. The only bad news, they've sent on that bloody wonder kid, that Brazilian pre-gen of Martinelli, who last season in the 2 games against Arsenal scored 2 game winners against me with basically the final kick, both at Portman Road and at home as well. So that was me saying, now we've got the extra man advantage, we should make it count. We'll be lucky enough not to lose this game. He's my arch nemesis, that Brazilian. I can't stop him. As Tavares rolls it into Tell. Onana wins it back, and it will carry through to Jamie. There's Georgie. And Jamie has his shot saved and cleared by Tavares. Second half to play, but still 0-0 for now. Yeah, we've got the man advantage, but Arsenal still doing a very good job of keeping hold of the ball. Great work from Georgie. Oh, the post from Jamie. Come on. Mudryk. Easily saved. Got to win this. Oh, I can't get the ball off Arsenal. 10 men and they are just passing it around me with no problem at all. This is infuriating. Honestly, clip ball through. Saka controls. Back to Dominic. And the Hungarian back to Sambi the Congo. I can't get the ball off them. I cannot get the ball off them. Shot comes in, Bulka makes save. 17 to go. It's going to finish goalless. Yeah, I said no matter what, we're going to get a nice, natural conclusion to this save. I wouldn't bank on it being a Premier League title, though. Because I cannot handle the difficulty. It's ludicrous. It's so tough. Even with 10 men for a whole game, I feel like we're going to lose it at the end. We're going to lose at the end. Oh, thank God we didn't. Bulka, what a save. Honestly, in order for us to be Premier League champions, as that header by Jonathan Tah goes wide and that will do it. I don't think it's about our team. I think we're as strong as we need to be. I just think the teams around us need to get weaker. It's the only way we can do it. Like, literally, the difficulty is insane. We had a man advantage for the whole game, and I genuinely was worried we were going to lose at the end. Would have done so had it not been for Bulka. A couple of years ago, Pep Guardiola went on record as saying that winning the Premier League is harder than winning the Champions League. He may only have won one with Manchester City so far, but I genuinely understand exactly what he meant. It is so difficult to win in the Premier League with Man City's dynasty, and even though now that's over, the other team's getting stronger as well. I don't know if we'd ever be able to do it. I really, really don't. And that's why after back-to-back wins in the Champions League, I think we've got more chance of winning this before we win a Premier League title. Match day 3, Slavia Prague away in the Czech Republic. Come on, Ipswich Town. I'm not saying I agree with Pep, for the record, and obviously, I don't know whether his opinion would change now, because I believe he said that before he won the Champions League with Manchester City. But it's I see where he's coming from. I'm not saying I agree, but I am saying I see where he's coming from, you know, especially when you think about the fact that, okay, now, fair enough, there's 2 extra games in the league phase as opposed to back then when it was just a group stage, but there's a lot less games to play. For the higher seeded teams, qualification from the groups in those 6 games is not always guaranteed and a formality, but the majority of the times it is, which leaves you with the knockout stages, and you might get a kind draw, you might come up against a team on an off year. You know, it's less games to play, less games to a title. I see his point. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying I see his point. I feel so confident we'll beat Slavia Prague tonight in Czech Republic, and we're 2-0 up 11 minutes in. But having to, you know, be on top after 38 league games, home and away, long old season with the injuries and the difficulty of the other teams too. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying I do understand where he's coming from. 10 after the restart, still leading by 2 as things stand for 3 straight wins to start the European campaign off. Not quite as problematic as the first 2 needing to come from behind, but that is going to do it. Washington with a rarity, a power shot. I don't do it very often because I said before, I really don't think it makes a difference. It's just aesthetically pleasing to watch the camera zoom in. But yeah, David gets our 3rd, and with half an hour to go, no such problems on match day 3 compared to the first 2. It is going to be a 100% start to our European campaign. I thought we were very unlucky not to win against Luton. Deserved it, just didn't get a rub of the green. Not good enough against Arsenal, but tonight simply had to put it right and did with a convincing 3-0 win to return to winning ways. I'm sure Pep Guardiola's watching that with a wry smile on his face saying, see, I told you so. Jury's out whether it's easier to win the CL than the PL, but after 3 straight wins, I'm feeling confident of getting through the league phase, to say the very least. Back to matters in the Premier League, and hopefully returning back to winning ways after none in our last 2 league games as well. Our first 2 draws of the season, but not looking for our 3rd successive league game without a win. Following contest, Gary O'Neill's Wolves away at Molineux as Warren returns back to his former team on the back of his club record signing. If we are going to keep pace with Aston Villa, we've got to return to winning ways and go on a run. Let's start it here. Go on, Ipswich Town. For the times that you rain on my parade, and now the clubs you get and using my name. Man, Purpose is such a good album, isn't it? Honestly. You know, sometimes people are like surprised when I tell them Justin Bieber is one of my favourite artists. Not his early work. Like, Purpose onwards, he's been great. Purpose is the best, but even a couple of his other albums have been fantastic. And, oh, well, that's going to be 1-0. Oh, it's just so easy. I don't know. I am so tempted just to say sod the Premier League. Like, really am. I just say sod the Premier League. What a ball that is, but Adley couldn't stretch high enough. And Georgie is beaten away. Sod the Premier League. I'm going for the FA Cup and the Champions League as well. I can't do the league. Honestly, man, it's just ridiculous. Like, it's utterly ridiculous. Oh. The AI can cut the ball back fine, but it's so much harder for you to do it. Like, it just gets held up a lot more. I don't know. Just ridiculous. Like, what is it okay? Like, if we leave Ipswich without winning a Premier League, can I just say that I've got your Europa League, I've got you a major honour in the cabinet. Can I go to PSG? Like, is it okay? Can I please just go to PSG? So I know I'll win a league title there, as Adley is doing. I know I'll win a league title there, I'm sure of it. No, my luck, bloody FC Nantes will turn into Man City when I go to PSG. But I can't do the Premier League. Not the Premier League. No matter how good the team is, it will never be good enough. Jamie also denied, and still we trail. Corner, Ipswich, Jamie to take. Looking for Gonzalo, claimed brilliantly. And Gonzalo goes down as well. Another injury. Has struggle to start the season off. Continues to get harder. It's what we want. We want the challenge, but I would like a challenger I can also win as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's enough to have it challenging. I love that saying, like, you know, nothing in life worth having ever comes easy. Yeah, but you do need to be able to at least have a chance to get it. Like, you know, it's like a home ownership in the UK. It's like, just give me a chance. Like, I'm not saying I want it to be easy, but I would like a chance. As Mudryk fires wide, and we're still trailing. Life in general has... Oh, it's another injury. It's another injury. Turn, Adley, turn. Oh, shoot the ball, why are you not shooting? He's won a pen, but I'm probably going to miss this completely, honestly. George, I don't want to get it to George. I'll get it to Adley. I trust Adley. Probably going to miss this, honestly. It's just been that sort of time at the moment. Well in, Adley. Well in. Everything's just going wrong at the moment. It's just not a good time. Leaf to Zaire Emery. Adley. Adley. Adley! Ipswich Town saviour! Once again! Amin Adley, come on! 2 players getting injured in our back four. Leaf and Gonzalo falling behind. But as we keep on saying, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how tough it is, no matter how unfair it can be at times, you've just got to pick yourself up. Not for the first time this season, Ipswich come from behind to win it. And Amin Adley, once again, the hero. Where would we be without this Moroccan? I would take a bullet for Amin Adley. I mean, it's not really saying much right now whilst I'm a bit suicidal, but it's true, I would do it. Honestly, this man, I would do almost anything for this man. I love him to pieces. As Davis thankfully just has a bruise, and Gonzalo will be done for 4 weeks. So quite a lot of knocks to start the season off. And the thing is, even though I've been a little bit frustrated with the injuries, the thing is, this is fine. I think you should get more knocks, you know? Not 3-month broken toes every other month, but knocks like these are fine. These are fine. Oftentimes players will miss, 5 days or 2 weeks worth of football. And to me, that's the thing with EA. I say it all the time. It's not about how many injuries there are. It's just a lack of variety. That is what we need to work on. That's what EA need to work on. What we need to work on is our form. Yeah, just a 1 win in our last 4 games. 2 wins in our last 4 games, but 1 win in 3 in the league. But a massive comeback there at Molineux. Following contest, coming back home, taking on Oliver Glasner's Crystal Palace in East Anglia, where we really, and I mean really, need a big 3 points. And our second in 4 league games to keep pace with Aston Villa. Crystal Palace in East Anglia. Come on, let's go on a good run here. Come on, Ipswich Town. One thing you might notice is the shirt's rippling a lot when it's super windy. And it's a cool idea from EA, I'll be honest, to make it look a bit more realistic. But it looks a bit more like a heat wave, do you know what I mean? It's not quite... Oh, Adley turn. Touch. Strike denied. But yeah, it's a cool idea. You see the ripple there, but it's not. It just looks a bit more like a heat wave. Do you know what I mean? But it's worth a go from EA, and I applaud them for trying. And ultimately, that's all you can do is try your best, isn't it? If you try your best, that's all anyone can ever ask of you. Look at the ball hang up there. But yeah, that's all you can do. Do your best, always. Warren, go on, mate. Great save. And still we remain tied at 0-0. 2 brilliant stops early. As the ball's going to come straight back. As we keep Palace penned. And that's the thing, it's like... I say it all the time, if you've got off to a good start and you've got a team on the ropes, you just haven't got the breakthrough yet. Keep them on the ropes. Like, do you know what I mean? Don't change anything. If you're doing all the right things, you just haven't had a breakthrough. Keep the opposition where they are. Don't, try something different or make an early change or whatever. Like, just keep going. You've got them on the ropes. Just haven't had a breakthrough. Eventually you will. His first goal of the season for Georgie as well. It's taken him 8 games. 8 league games to get his first of the year. But I can't be surprised because it's exactly the same as last year. Last year, I think it took him 6 or 7 games before he scored his first in the in blue. Oh, Adley, what a miss, mate. Seriously. And a slow start for the Georgian, finally off the mark this year, and hopefully like last season it'll be a tough beginning, but he'll go on a run directly after scratching for the first time. Anyway, that should have been 2. How on earth did I miss with Adley there? I would have thought Palace just got to defend this. It's going to be Raksaki to take. Jamie gets up, loses the aerial duel, but Balker is there. And there's someone else going down as well. I think it was Jamie as well. Jamie going down too. Like I said, I don't mind if it's a knock. Ref's going to say continue play as well. I don't mind if it's a knock, but we need... Oh, that's not a knock. That's an ACL. That's an ACL. One of our 2 big signings for the summer, but I don't think we'll see him again for the rest of the season. That, to me, is definite ACL. I think we'll be okay because we got a ton of cover on the wings this season, as we know. I mean, we swapped Bay out for Jamie, but other than that, everyone else stayed. Even Amari's still here. Koleosho, Mudryk, Hassan will be okay, but I'd still rather not see my second most expensive signing in club history done for the season. We'll find out. We'll find out. Big win there. We needed it. 3 straight in all competitions. But how bad was the injury for Bino Gittins? Fingers crossed, not a season ender. I think with the way he went down and also needing a stretcher to come on as well, it's almost definitely an ACL. I say with the animations, if a player is forced off, can't continue, it's 1 or 2 injuries. Dislocated shoulder or ACL. Dislocated shoulder is 2 months, ACL is 7, and it is the former, dislocated shoulder. Thank goodness for that. So a lot of injuries to start the season, but we haven't had any longer than this. This is the longest one, Jamie done, until the start of January. Could have been a lot worse though. Right, let's do 2 more games, starting with this one, going for our 4th win in a row in all competitions. And to be fair, quite a nice little unbeaten run for the Tractor Boys as we extend it further. Barca away, not at the new camp, of course. Unfortunately, can't wait till Barca resume playing there, but also get their licensing back in the game. But Barca away regardless in Catalonia, going for our 4th win on the trot and a 100% start in the Champions League. Let's get it done, heading into that game against Liverpool. Come on, let's switch down. I've seen the new camp undergoing refurbishment. Barca playing away from the stadium at the moment, and I can't wait until they're back there. It's just iconic ground, you know, synonymous with the team and the city, of course, as well. Oh, Mudryk, got to finish some. Great save, Ter Stegen, and Barca get it away. But yeah, I just want it back in the game so bad as well, man. You know, you just miss certain iconic stadiums to get removed from the game, and it's just not the same when you're playing there. You know, it really isn't. We need the new camp back, EA, please. It's like if you want to do a career mode with that team, it's just like, I don't know, it'd be like using Liverpool but not playing at Anfield. It just wouldn't be right. You know, it's like, You have to... There are certain teams that just need the stadium, you know. They need their ground. Adley, how on earth have we not opened the scoring yet? Ter Stegen, the German, making good save after good save. And whether at the new camp or elsewhere, he'll always be a world-class keeper. Still deadlocked. And surely not before long we'll get ourselves into a deserved lead. And as things stand, it's going to be our first game without winning the Champions League when you're away at the... I was going to say the new camp there. When you're away at Barcelona, it's not exactly a terrible result. Just got to hang on to it now as Rutter's shot is easily caught by Walker. But yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. A credible clean sheet. And a point to stay undefeated. Not the worst result in the world. But we could still win it. Mudryk, tried to round to Ter Stegen. Zaire Emery. Washington also denied. And Mudryk off the bar. How has that stayed out? Just like the Luton Town game. At the final whistle, all I can think is, how did I not win that, honestly? Carnage at the end, but couldn't squeeze it home. First game in the Champions League we don't win, but hey, it's Barca away, man. Points not the worst result in the world. Let's do one more. Our new rivals, Liverpool, and we'll end on that. Yep, our final game today will end on this Liverpool away at Anfield, who have turned into, of course, our big rivals in the save so far. We always have a good game against them, but we normally lose at Anfield, so a tough one to close out today. But if we do win, we could potentially go top of the table if Man City lose away at Craven Cottage tomorrow. If nothing else, we can at least keep ourselves in the title race, in a very open race to start the campaign off. Just like last season, man, deja vu. Liverpool away at Anfield, our final game today. Come on, let's switch down. Oh, Carice's pass cut out by that man who always scores against me this year. And thankfully, well, he almost got the assist for RV Elliott, but he couldn't squeeze it in. 0-0 to break. I'll take it on the full-time whistle, even if it is back-to-back goalless draws. But there's going to be a winner, I can feel it. Very tight game. Probably going to be just a one goal in it, but it could go either way. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I'd put it on Liverpool. I mean, going to Anfield where we have a terrible record. Federico Chiesa is still there and he seems to always score against me. And Bulka makes a brilliant save to keep it at 0-0. Yeah, it's Liverpool's to win, I think. It's ours to try and grind out a 0-0. But it's Liverpool in the ascendancy going for a winner. Is he on there, Adley? Adley! Oh, denied. Might not get a better chance than that. Mamardashvili with the save. Still goalless. It's going to finish goalless after all. Unless... Adley! Oh my god! James, you can shoot. Save Mamardashvili! Man, it feels like every goalkeeper I face now is superhuman. What a save by the Georgian. Adley couldn't turn it in. And we end with 2 goalless draws in a row. Well, we probably should have won them both at the end. But such is the difficulty this year. You've got to be almost perfect if you want to score, you want to win, and you want to claim silverware. But that'll do it for today's episode, guys. Big thank you for watching. I'm sorry I couldn't squeeze in a win towards the end, but I really hope you enjoyed it regardless, and thank you for the support on 50 episodes of The Save so far. I really appreciate you guys. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with more in the CL, aiming to stay in the top 8, and in the Premier League, trying to get on a run and trying to get back in this title race. Much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. How did I not win that?